Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Ag Physical Science Remote Learning Week 1. This is Mr. Reffier coming at you from my home office, and well, it's just really nice to be speaking with you, and thank you for coming to school today. The purpose of this screencast is to get us started with remote learning. Here's our agenda. We're going to do a couple updates here, then get you into the remote learning packet to see what that's all about, kind of talk a little bit about our format and how we can collect data throughout our process here. Finally, in steps 3 and 4, I'm going to show you how to navigate through some of our materials that we have online and provide you with some next steps for how we can get going with all of these things online. So I'm going to click away and get us right on over to our cover page. So you have this document posted both on the Google Classroom and then also printed and perhaps coming to your home. This is the first page of our remote learning packet. What I want to point out from this is that, first of all, we're going to be working within all three aspects of ag education, not just learning stuff science-wise, but also having the opportunity to participate in FFA activities, and supervised agriculture experience, or in other words, just work-based learning as we are doing these things online. You should read this cover page if you haven't had a chance, but I'm going to kind of point out a couple of important things. First of all, if you need to contact me for any reason, here's my contact information, email. This is the phone number from the school office that's getting forwarded right to my cell phone. That's why it's calls only. If you want to text me, go ahead, you can. Use the remind to do so. Finally, Google Classroom, and then Schoology.com, which we have used a lot in the first semester but haven't used so this semester much. I'm going to show you how to get on that today. Um, you can see that we have two options, the packet learning and the online learning option for both of the ways to get through the material. In both cases, they're good options. You can learn a lot of things. The online version is just going to offer you some different opportunities and resources, for example, video and stuff that you wouldn't be able to get if you were doing it just in the packet. You can see that this pacing guide is identified by 1 week at a time. Our first week, week 1, we're going to have a agri-science lesson, an FFA lesson, and the project choice board for SAE, which I'll tell you about in just a moment. In fact, I think maybe if I go back to my agenda and just take a quick look, I think it is time to navigate and get started on some of those things. The first place that you should look for information each week is on Google Classroom. Here we are in Google Classroom, and you will get this message here in just a few minutes on your Google Classroom page. Each week, I'm going to, on Mondays, just post the activities along with the week. You also get some video just like this one on each day that will tell you kind of how to navigate through the week. Next one I want to point out is Schoology. Now, we haven't used Schoology in a while, and so I want to bring you over to Schoology and show you how this one works. Schoology is where we're going to do all of our FFA activities. On Schoology, you can just simply type in your whole email address, which I'm just going to use a student's one here. One thing that you need to make sure that you use is your entire email address, not just the numbers, but the entire email address. And also, when you finish your login, you're going to use your school password to log in. So now that I'm here on Schoology, I have logged in with the complete email and the student school password. I'm going to click on courses and drop down to the Ag, Earth, and Physical Science course. Here is where you'll find everything that we are going to do with FFA on Schoology broken down by week. You can see that that it goes in order from the top being the most recent, or the one that we are going to do first, and then down at the bottom the ones that we're going to do in weeks 5, 6, 7, and so on. If you ever want to do anything extra credit wise, there's also this extra credit folder here for you to do. what you do on these Schoology assignments is you just click on what you are being asked to do. This one is really simple. It just says, please let us know you've been here by simply saying hi in the discussion thread below. So you click on the place where it says write a comment and you say hi, and you would post it, and there you go. To navigate back, you can always go back up here to where it says Ag, Earth, and Science, or you can click on courses and it'll take you right back. The other week one topic is right here. It's a discussion. You'll see that there's a prompt here for you to do. This is called Greetings from Home. It asks you to consider how have you been, what's your outlook on things, your motivations and expectations. And you can see that I did one myself as an example. Make sure you read mine. Shoot, even give me a like or shoot me a reply if you like some of the things or if you agree with what I had to say. That's our tutorial on Schoology. The next thing I want to point out is the SAE portion of it. The SAE portion you'll see is in your Google Classroom under classwork. And this is the SAE choice board. We're home a lot and we have a lot of time on our hands, so we might as well do some other things. This is how I'm going to see if we can get some of that experience from working, on things that are not necessarily school related. I put together some different activities that you might be doing or that you might want to do as a way to get some experience, and I'm going to be keeping track of what kinds of things people are doing. So you should take a look at this document. It's, like I said, over in Google Classroom in the classwork section, and see if there's some of these things that you are already doing. For example, I know at my house we've been doing a lot of landscape and yard work. I know we've been helping work on some automotive maintenance. I know that I've been doing some planting of a garden. I know I've been cooking a lot. So see what you can find on here to spend some time. Usually it asks you to take a picture and write up a quick little summary of what you did. You might not know this, but you can receive awards through FFA and even scholarships and grants for your having good documentation of supervised agriculture experiences. Here's how we are going to document it. You're going to click on this link, and I've got it open here. And simply, each week when you do it, it just asks you to fill out this quick form. What's your name? Which activity did you do? What was your summary of it? So, like, how did it go, and what did you do? And then finally, if it asks you for a picture, you're just going to click on Add File, upload a couple pictures, and submit it. So that's our Schoology. That's our SAE choice board. The only other thing I haven't pointed out so far is the classwork this week around Ignaz Semmelweis. So if you're wondering who Ignaz Semmelweis is, well, here's your chance to find out. Back in March 20th specifically, Google.com featured Ignaz Semmelweis, one of the most important people in medical history, as their doodle, which is the background for Google.com. What I'm asking you to do this week on Google Classroom classwork for Ag Physical Science is to first just go over to the classwork and put a thought in this blank around how can little changes in behavior make big differences in the world around us. Whatever you think about that. Then take a moment, if you've got internet access, to maybe even click on this link and watch the doodle from that week and read this little short description of who Ignaz Semmelweis was and what he did back in 1847. Finally, I've got a couple of things for you to consider after you've read. Give me a quick note about what discovery he made. Do you think it or how it has changed the world? And then I titled this lesson, Should Every Day Be Ignaz Semmelweis Day? Should we celebrate this person every day? Should we celebrate the things that he did? Well, do you disagree or agree with that, and why? Finally, when you're done, what do you want to remember? What questions do you have? And there you have it. That'll complete it. You just turn that assignment in on Google Classroom as you would every other one. So I think that's pretty much it for this screencast, probably the longest one that I was going to do because that's going to get us started. I hope you found this helpful. Good luck. Make sure that you connect with me as much as you can. Ask questions, and then schedule, if you haven't yet, to join us on our office hour Zoom Thursday at 11 o'clock. I'll send out some information about that on Wednesday afternoon. Oh, yeah, and also look for some more lessons from my backyard to come out on YouTube as this week unfolds. Have a great week, everyone, and thank you.